Globally, hunger affects millions of people. The 2025 State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World report estimates 673 million people face hunger, including 150 million children under 5 suffering from stunning and 43 million from wasting. That's about 23% and 7% of young kids worldwide, leading to 3 million child deaths annually from hunger-related causes. In Kenya, it's closer to home. 37% of the population is undernourished, with 18% of children under 5 stunted, 5% wasted, and over 60% in child food poverty. Narrowing to Kericho County, studies shows 25% stunting and nearly 24% wasting among young kids in local clinics. These numbers are staggering and heartbreaking, but they don't have to define our future. Join me, Tariq Musa, from Fountain Schools in this documentary, Food for Thought. A documentary about food security and how we can all play a vital role in making sure no child goes hungry. How can this hunger crisis in our school affect the normal performance of children in our school?
When there is nothing in the child's stomach, definitely there is nothing that is going to be retained in their brains. So you will find children who are hungry will have very low concentration span, will look tired because they have no energy that food provides for us, and even look cold.
Today, we'll explore kitchen gardens and small space farming, turning tiny areas into bountiful sources of veggies, eggs, milk, and more to combat with crisis. Imagine transforming your balcony or backyard into a lifeline of nutrition. But I'm here at the Palace Farm with Silas, who has been teaching sustainable ways of farming for over 10 years, because this has helped families and children in food security. These various ways of farming and sustainable ways of farming has been helping families, children, and other people in having food security and ways of managing their food. Join me as we tour the Palace Farm.
This is called the vertical farming system. The reason why we use this method of vertical farming is to increase the production. My farm is very small, so I opted to use this method so that I increase the production. You can see we increase the surface area. So when we increase the surface area, we plant many plants as compared to just planting at the ground level. This vertical garden carries up to 120 seedlings. Instead of 10 seedlings you could have planted. As you can see, how you can even count, we have up to 120 seedlings.
Food security isn't just about vast big farms or distant policies. It's about using what we have, even if it's a windowsill, a tiny yard, or a rooftop. Kitchen gardens empower us to grow our own food sustainably, reducing reliance on expensive stores, cutting down on food waste, and building resilience against shortages.
So the production is higher, and also it reduces on labor. There's no use of chamber. You just have to go around picking weeds. So you find the farm looks clean every time. Yeah, you can use a little water during a dry season. You can see that this vegetables was planted during dry season, and we had vegetables all through the dry season.
To understand better about global food security issues, let's hear more from Gert, all the way from Netherlands, who's an advocate on matters to do with food security and waste management. Welcome, Gert.
Thank you, Tariq. Most appreciate that I can be here with you, and I hope to contribute to your knowledge and understanding.
And what is the global food situation, and what are countries like Netherlands, where you're from, doing to curb with food security? Can the strategies be used in Kenya also?
Yes, I think so. The Sustainable Development Goals are 27 goals. One of them is peace. Another one is water, or fresh water, or clean water. But hunger, the hunger out of this world, is also a very important one. And in that respect, the previous goals of the United Nations, called the Millennium Goals, that reach from 2000, the millennium, 2000 to 2015, have got tremendous positive results. So then all the countries said, let's make new goals for 2030.
By utilizing small spaces, we can directly address child hunger, providing diverse homegrown meals that improve nutrition, boost immunity, enhance school performance, and foster healthier communities.
You also make use of the spaces where many people consider it as not usable because here, normally people consider it as a pathways where you can walk around, but me personally, I installed the vertical gardens, and we get a lot of vegetables.
In places like Kericho, where malnutrition affects 24% of kids, these gardens mean stronger, healthier, with fewer illnesses, brighter minds, and limitless futures. All these are organic foods that make you healthy and strong, free from chemicals, nurturing body and soul. And is this a reliable source of food?
Very reliable. We harvest a lot and we supply to many consumers.
There is no point where you should go out to buy sukuma wiki and yet you can grow it in a container garden at your balcony or at your veranda.
These are the beds, the raised bed system.
Is it easy for families to start this type?
Yeah, this is now the easiest for every family to have. At least you can be having at least how many? Like 6 raised beds. You do cabbage, you do managu, you do different types of vegetables. Yeah. And you should do it decently so that every time you go to farm, you don't step on vegetables. You can see you have pathways.
And for protein, let's talk animals, which add that essential balance to our diets. The silky type of chicken, one of the rarest and one of a better kind of type of chicken found here in Kenya. This type of chicken has many advantages, such as the nutritional value.
They are like the indigenous chicken. They can lay very easily. They can sit on their eggs. You get chicks. So it's easy to rear.
Which type of goat farming is this?
These are dairy goats, meant for milk.
Can this type of goats be reared at home?
Yeah, it can be reared at every homestead. It's very easy because it doesn't consume a lot, unlike the dairy cow, which consume a lot of feeds.
From the milk they produce, is it also having high nutritional value?
It's medicinal. It's also more profitable. We sell a liter of milk, 200 shillings, 250, as compared to cow's milk, which goes for between 40 shillings to 50 shillings.
Yeah. At Fountain Schools, we teach students hands-on about using small spaces at home for food security. Lessons on planting in pots, raising poultry, and sustainable practices. We take field trips to farms like Silas, where kids see real demos and get inspired. We even hold workshops for parents, showing them how to start gardens.
Now, the school is playing its role majorly by ensuring, first of all, that all the projects that have been stipulated in their curriculum are being undertaken by learners in their various grades. And by so doing, whenever we have a project, we always develop a portfolio for the children, which we share with the parents, so that as much as we are implementing the practicals in class, they can as well be carried home to be implemented at home, so that at the end of the day, the goal is to make sure that the whole country is food secure and not just the school.
How has Fountain Schools helped you to come up with skills that help you in managing kitchen gardens and other agricultural practices that help in food security?
So in our school, we prioritize food security because that is an upcoming issue in the society. So we must prioritize that. I've learned to create the kitchen garden, and we are practicing it at home, and we hope it will continue to be better. We have also learned systems of irrigation. Here we have the drip irrigation. I think it is the best because it conserves a lot of water. So that is what we are being taught. And the skills, we learn skills like creativity. See, now to create this thing, you need to be creative. Also materialism. We create things from locally available materials.
Talking about those children, I wanted to ask something about it.
Yes.
How can those children be empowered to create food security in their homes or even in schools?
One is, I think it would be good for the children, because that's where it starts, to become aware about healthy and not healthy food, and about telling their parents. And it becomes a habit. And it's easy when you're young to make a new habit about eating healthy food, but also the taste.
In these sustainable farming practices, recycling of waste and manure is key. It creates a closed loop system that benefits both animals and crops.
Yeah, this is a compost pit section for decomposing our manure. So we bring different manure, the chicken, the goats, the rabbits, and even the waste remains from the goat section. We decompose it here. Then once they are fully decomposed, we take to the farm.
Parents can support their children in starting these projects by providing initial seeds, tools, or guidance, fostering a sense of responsibility and family bonding. How has the school empowered you to start a kitchen garden to promote food security?
I'm Salome. I'm a parent in Fountain Schools. The school has helped me a lot. It's provided us with the seeds. And now at home, my child has made a small garden whereby he has planted vegetables. So I don't use a lot of money to buy food.
Meanwhile, the government and community leaders are empowering families through initiatives like providing free seedlings, workshops on sustainable techniques, and creating sensitizing programs to raise awareness, ensuring that every household can contribute to a greener, more self-sufficient Kenya. Stories like this show how small spaces solve big problems, providing nutrient-rich food to malnutrition, improving focus for better education, and aligning with CBC's goal for sustainability to end the cycle for children. What are you waiting for? Start small with a bucket. or a small space like this. Food for thought. Our future is in our hands and our gardens. The future is farming, and by acting now, we ensure no child goes hungry. Let's commit to this. Thanks for watching Food for Thoughts. I am Tariq Musa from Fountain Schools.